Welcome back to the episode on sexless marriage. So, has your marriage become like flatmates devoid of sexual intimacy? Sexless for 5 years, 10 years, 14 years, or maybe more? Then it's sure a sign for introspection and honest look. There are many out there living in a dead marriage, but this is not how it needs to go on forever. There's hope. Hi, everyone who are new watching me today. I'm Shivanya Yogmaya, your relationship and intimacy coach. And I'm here to share how to revive sexual intimacy in your marriage. It's been said that 20% of marriage issue sex can be when it's going well, but it becomes 90% when it's not going well. Let's understand that marital and sexual satisfaction is intimately connected. In other words, love without sex leaves the body cold, and sex without love leaves the soul empty. One is incomplete without the other. And I'm sure you agree with me that whatever happens inside the bedroom affects what happens outside the bedroom. So let me share a common complaint that comes from various couple counseling, that sometimes the wife is complaining and sometimes the husband is coming forward and sharing the intimacy problems in the marriage. So the dialogues goes on like this. The husband says that just because she doesn't need it doesn't mean I don't need it, because I still have sexual drive. So, what am I supposed to do? She doesn't respond to me. While the wife complains that he is a sex addict and he doesn't love me, he only lusts me. So, husband gets even more surprised and in wonder. Just because I desire sex, she thinks I don't love her. I do need her and I do love her. But when she denies me sex, which makes me feel unwanted and unloved. So, what was exactly happening in the couple complaint was that their interpretation of love and sex differed from each other. I'm assuming that you are also hearing some similar complaints like that from your partner, that you are cold and you don't respond to me, or you deny me sex because you don't love me. And this kind of dialogues goes on when we do not resolve the real underlying issue. I'm not here to encourage you that you have to have sex and that you have no choice. Well, you do have a choice. Whether you're married or unmarried, you sure have control over your own body to allow or not allow sexual intimacy. But let's understand how it impacts our partner or your partner in case you are denying him or her. Well, sex and self esteem is very correlated. It affects your self image. If you are the one who's denied, then hear it. Then, if you are being denied over and over repeatedly, then sexual rejection can make you wonder your own worth. Self image may be damaged. It can also create ripple effect on other relationships, or it can lead to depression, and some even begin to doubt their masculinity or femininity. Well, yes, it does make them wonder if something is wrong with them. It may also lead you to create your own story about yourself, which may not be true. Just because they reject you does not mean that you're not good enough or not worthy. For men to deal with sexual rejection is even far more wounding, painful than a job rejection or a social rejection. As for women, we may have to agree that marriage is a social convenience. If sex wasn't good, they don't miss it. And if sexually pushed, the attitude could be, let's get done and over with. So they may even fake orgasm. Many women sadly never know about orgasm. They don't even know what it is like and what they're missing out. It's usually found women lose interest in sex after child delivery as their energy gets drained and the focus changes to the children. Other reasons your wife is not responding is lack of emotional intimacy and connection. When they are denied that quality time with you or not feeling heard, then they shut down. And sometimes there could be other reasons like medical or biological issues like vaginismus, pain on penetration, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation. One of these issues also comes into the sexual intimacy and they deny because of these failures. So sometimes we need to address to the gynecologist and find out what's really is the issue and have it rectified so that it doesn't continue to control your bedroom scenes. While some suffer from psychological issues like PSTD, performance anxiety issue, which is very common with men, sexual abuse in the past or trauma which they had in their childhood or teenage and is still affecting their adulthood and their sexual drive. And it had actually nothing to do with you personally. If you gave it a little open communication, you would probably find out for yourself that there could be some other layers which are stopping your partner from connecting with you sexually. So before you give up, have a discussion if there was anything in the psychological pain. And in some cases, I've also found that just because the partner was forced for a marriage due to family pressure, and therefore they felt resentment, anger, and disinterested in sexual intimacy with their partner. Some complained that it felt selfish if their partner did not offer mutual satisfaction because they were only seeking their own pleasures. And that is also a common complaint from couples. Usually found that the wife is complaining about that. And other common reasons were body image, poor body image or shaming or self-judgment. So they kind of shut down and don't respond because they do not feel comfortable in their own body. So if you have accused them of their body shape, or maybe somebody else has accused them or makes them feel judged about their body, they feel it even hard to let go and allow themselves pleasures and sex with you. And in other times, there were certain life events that came in the way of the couple's sexual intimacy, not usually because of each other, but because of certain outside factors, like lack of time and energy while raising children, or because of demanding job or incompatible work schedules, excessive stress, and having a midlife crisis can also add to that because you are battling with other issues to give sex a chance. Or maybe sometimes an extramarital affair, which actually leads them to reject their partner. While some got addicted to pornography than real chemistry, and they found it hard to, you know, enjoy their partner who's live and in front of them. Their sexual mm, intimacy or sexual turn on was pornography, sadly. Or they have fallen out of love with each other over the years. But then, as I said, there is hope and there is a way to revive sexual intimacy. First of all, have a healthy communication and avoid non attacking communication like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you lying like a log? You don't even know how to enjoy sex. You are such a prude or rude." Well, if you go on accusing, it doesn't solve the problem. Rather, find out by asking empowering questions, empathetic questions like, what makes you shut down? And what will make you open up? What can I do differently that will help you to accept and enjoy sex with me? What will make you feel more excited or attracted? What's your fear or concern? Help me understand you. What would be more preferable time? Maybe morning or evening? When would be convenient? All these kind of questions might help you to find a solution together and their willingness to participate with you. And even inducing some foreplay with no intention of intercourse or penetration. For the beginning, just play light or do things that's not kind of making them feel that you don't love them and only lust them. Let them have that feeling of connection to feel drawn to you. Or if things are not resolving yet, then reaching out to a sex therapist or intimacy coach may be a good choice. Otherwise, years pass on and you devoid yourself and your partner with the true pleasures, which is the ingredient of any good marriage or a healthy marriage. Sex is important in marriage for things to melt and merge. If you are the one denying it to your partner, then ask yourself, is it right to deny? And if it's so, then why? What is the underlying reason for rejection? Is it your past issue or ex lover? Or is it your sexual orientation different? Sometimes I found out that either the wife was a lesbian or her husband was gay or maybe bisexual. That could also be the complication for what things are roll out in the bedroom. So, are you facing relationship difficulties? You may want to probe that and find out what is it that you need to release and let go and allow harmony. Sexual fantasy could also be one of the reasons that you feel that you're not ready to give in because you are not being partnered for your own fantasy. So you choose to take a revenge and therefore deny your partner. But this may not be the healthy way to tackle it. Explaining why you are denying is important so they do not feel let down and they cooperate with you. Both need to make this effort, as marriage is a two-way tango. Process your emotion without blame or accusation. Rebuilding attraction by self care and being your best version of yourself. Don't lose interest in fitness either. Let your fitness build your stamina and shape too, because sex demands that as much. You can start taking first step to build the intellectual and emotional connection with your partner. Don't let it be only for them to do that. Maybe you can begin it. Remember, only you are in control of your own reaction. So act wisely. Don't let life slip by and things go out of control. Even certain times, role plays could add spice to your monotonous sex if that is the complaint. Because sex does become boring over a period of time. But if you keep on reviving, re-nurturing, and adding some kind of fun activity by, playing with peacock feather, teasing your partner, or blindfolding them, or playing with props like chocolates, strawberries, grapes, feeding each other and teasing them and helping them also to enjoy with you. Because, like I said in the last video episode, that don't jump for the genitals, let the foreplay do the beginning. Sometimes women have shut down because they didn't feel pleasured. How about you showing admiration and acceptance for each other's bodies? That too can do wonders. If you have not appreciated each other's body, that could be another reason why they shut down and they shy from it. So let the act of sex not be the only focus. Foreplay become the way to lead it, to make them respond and arouse them in a teasing way, in a loving way. Eye gazing could be another way which adds more deeper connection. Eye gazing in silence can really help them to be seen. And if you listen to them, they will feel hurt. And then maybe a woman's body would feel more opening to trust and to allow that flow. Because usually women shut down when they are not emotionally satisfied with you. And of course, it's the other way around for men. When they don't get what they desire in bed, they may also shut down emotionally. So, like I said, marriage is a two-way tango. Let both of you openly communicate that in a gentle, loving manner. Maybe penetration is not the only thing that gets it around. Sex is usually not found to be the solution. What comes before it and even after the intercourse matters. So don't skip that. And some couples, fortunately or unfortunately, found solace in the outside. Why? Because probably they found that their partner was already engaged with somebody outside, involved in an extramarital affair, so they silently carried out hope with another partner. And some found that their husband or their wife was sexual or even physically challenged or paralyzed in certain cases. So, in this manner, some people have chosen to find solace outside the marriage because they were left with no hope. Now, whatever you choose, if that brings peace in within you and the marriage, so be it. Open marriage has been the answer to many couples out there. But should you give that third person a chance before you work it between the two of you? I don't think that would be right. It would be unfair to your partner. So some people might not have had ton of sexual activity, but they're happy. Why? Because they had other intimacy in place, like emotional intimacy and spiritual intimacy was so strong that even if they were missing sexual compatibility or connection, they felt it was worth holding their marriage. But again, like I said, you have full control over your body, but you also should allow pleasures in your life because of your own well being. And your partner's fulfillment too is your priority too and responsibility. But if you have no types of intimacy whatsoever in the relationship, then maybe it's time to reconsider your alliance and marriage. Well, there have been many such cases where couple intimacy bonding has worked for them when they sought out couple therapy or tantra activities. They found that it wasn't that bad. They had to have an open communication through listening, through connection with their heart, so that they could find a way to come together in sexual intimacy as well. So before you give up, before you deny that, before you give it look for solace outside, give each other a chance. Reach out to a therapist or intimacy coach to help you unravel that. Sometimes getting a perspective and an honest look into to your marriage can help it. But you can't come with egos. You have to let the ego outdoors and see where have you contributed to that. Because living a dead marriage is a lie. So I hope that this episode has also added insight and has given you enough inputs to actually reach out to your partner and have an honest communication, asking the empathetic and empowering questions that I've listed out for you. And have a very great marital life ahead. Don't let sex be outdoors, let it come indoors. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope to see you in the next episode talking more about it so that you can open more pleasures into your life and harmony, well being, and love. Thank you so much once again.